Hey guys, I'm here at my favorite spot again, San Francisco, Golden Gate Bridge, the park, and today what I want to do is I'm very excited to introduce you to my new bike. So I always said I wanted to get a sports bike, and I was debating, should I get a 600 or a liter bike, and I finally bit the bullet today and I ended up getting my beautiful a brand new bike, and this is what I got. Let's have a look at it. There it is. It is the Kawasaki Ninja ZX10R ABS model. I picked it up today. I finally decided that I'm gonna get a liter bike, and this is what I ended up getting. It's just absolutely beautiful. Let me just show it to you. I showed you my V-Strom earlier on, several months ago. So this is my new bike. I'm keeping the adventure bike, that's still staying, but I always wanted to get a sports bike, so I ended up getting the Ninja ZX10R. Absolutely beautiful bike. Look at it. This is I picked it up from, I couldn't get it, my old dealership had closed down in San Francisco, so I went all the way to Petaluma, which is about 30 miles north of San Francisco. Went over the Golden Gate Bridge, headed up north, picked it up, and brought it back. So this is what it looks like, man. Absolutely beautiful. Just walk around. It's the matte black finish. I had the choice of getting the green or the matte black, and I decided that I wanted the matte black with the green accents. And look at the green accents, the horizontal shock. Absolutely beautiful. This is the 2015 model. I was debating, should I get the 2015 or the 16, and I'll tell you the reason why I decided on the 2015 ZX10R. I like these green accents. The green accents on the wheel is just absolutely stunning looking bike. Love it. So I wanted to show it to you guys. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it's got the LED display. It just sounds beautiful. Okay, let's take this bike for a spin. The big bus tour, huh? Yeah, let's take this bike for a spin. Yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of going through the journey of life with this bike, and bringing to you some of my moments on this bike. So let's get this thing started and let's take it for a spin. Start it up. Yep, this is a beautiful day to ride. Beautiful day to ride your brand new bike. I got it in first gear right now, so I'm still getting used to this bike. I'm gonna try to bring you my experiences, my learnings, the good and bad about this bike. So smooth. One thing I've noticed about this bike is it's so smooth. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna kind of put it right here and take some photos first. I think it's a good photo spot. Let's just park it here first and just take some photos. That's a nice background there of the Golden Gate Bridge. Man, I can't think of any other better place to ride a motorcycle in addition to the Bay Area. It's just absolutely beautiful. Okay, let's take it for a spin. Start it up. bike is so smooth and so comfortable at low speed. That's what I've noticed about it. I know it definitely wants to go fast, but it was very comfortable at low speeds as well. Okay, this is another beautiful picture taking spot. I might take a couple of snaps here again, see what it looks like. I've been pretty impressed by the low speed handling, because there's a bit of gravel here, so I just got to be extra careful. Extra careful. Very a lot of sand here. Just kind of park it right here and take some shots first, and then we'll take it first gear. Golden Gate Bridge, San Francisco. Let's go. One thing I'm really impressed by this bike is the way how similar it is to a 600. It's when I got on this thing this morning, I immediately noticed it feels like a 600. I was expecting it to be a lot bigger, but that's not the case. It's very compact. It's very compact. And the front here, I mean, originally on the YouTube, I mean, people said it's kind of really wide, but that's not the case. It doesn't feel that wide at all. It just feels just right, not skinny and not extra wide at all. It just feels just right. It just feels like a 600 actually. In fact, when I rode the R6, I felt the R6 was wider in the front than even this. This seems more narrow than the R6 from the width perspective. So the R6 is one of my favorite sports bikes ever, but this one just feels like a 600. Weight wise and handling wise, look at this. This handling is just spectacular. So that was my immediate observation on this bike when I got on it for the first time. How similar and how compact and how kind of maneuverable it felt. Okay, so let's try to get out of here. And the other thing I've noticed about this bike is, this is all initial feedback, is how smooth the engine is. Extremely smooth. And I also am very impressed by how smooth the shifting is on this, the gearbox. And the gearbox is smooth obviously because it has a slipper clutch in it, right? So it has to be smooth from that perspective. And so those are my initial impressions of it. I'm going to try to get as much footage as I can of this bike. Okay, I think I know where I have to go. I think I took the wrong turn. No, I think I need to turn back around and go the other way. Yeah, so I immediately noticed, so those are the initial observations that come to mind. Oh, and then the other thing that I'm really impressed by with this bike is the braking ability of this. This thing can stop on a dime. The braking power is just amazing. And I feel I can stop very, very quickly. And just with a 2-finger, it's just so sensitive. The braking is so sensitive, and I feel very confident coming to efficient stops quickly. Like here, look at this. It just a lot of control here on the braking. So those are the initial impressions that come to mind. The seating position is definitely aggressive, as any sports bike. So, coming off an adventure bike, I'm used to these. I used to ride a Ninja 1000 before a long time ago. I'm getting back into the saddle again. But the seating position is definitely very aggressive for a motorcycle. but it's comfortable. Either you like it or you don't, and I kind of enjoy it. I've always been a fan of these kind of seating positions. I'm very comfortable in it. And the other thing I've noticed about this bike, just from the limited time I've ridden it, is the handling, the precision, the quick maneuverability, the way it can just cut into corners and just kind of, you know, quickly change direction. The ability of it to change direction is just spectacular. Impressive gearbox is extremely impressive. I've also been pretty impressed by how quiet the engine and smooth it is, and the amount of pull it has. It's got a lot of torque at pretty much every gear. So now I just got it up to 6 gears here, and it's still got so much pull. So this engine has the ZX10R has this model has about 170 horsepower. This is definitely the most powerful bike I've ever ridden in terms of horsepower, and the red line is about 14,000 revs, and I haven't definitely not hit that range yet. The advice from the sales rep was, from a break-in period, I have to break it in over 1,000 miles, and he said keep the revs low for the first 1,000 miles, but do vary the revs across all gears. So don't just ride at one gear, one revolution limit. Just vary the revs, but don't rev the crap out of it. So I'm gonna kind of take the recommended break-in recommendation and do it that way. And oh yeah, and then the other thing that I've been pretty impressed by this bike is the suspension of it. One thing, you know, when you ride sports bikes, when you go over bumps, you can really feel the jar and the jarring effect on your body, but this one is comfortable. I mean, this road here has a lot of bumps, and it's pretty comfortable to go over these bumps, and I think that's primarily because the suspension setup on this, it's got the horizontal swing arm, right, and that's helping absorb the bumps extremely well. I've been pretty impressed by the ability of it to soak up bumps, and the front suspension is also absorbing shocks, the bumps pretty well, in addition to the back. So that's been a plus. I never expected it to be this smooth and this comfortable on bumps. And the other thing that I've just immediately noticed about this bike is the comfort on the freeway. I've already ridden it on the freeway a bunch of miles. It's very comfortable on the freeway. And then I think the other thing I want to point out is the lane splitting is very easy to do on this. I had the chance to do some lane splitting earlier on. It's pretty impressive. I'm gonna get used to this bike. I think it's unfair when, you know, it's very difficult to just get to know a bike so quickly in such a short time, so this is gonna be a process. and gonna try to bring you the life journey of this bike, my experiences with it. This is beautiful San Francisco. It's the Marina District. This is where Robin Williams had his home, and a lot of the Hollywood actors kind of have their mansions here. Beautiful place. I think I'd probably want to adjust these levers to be a little bit more lower than they are right now. They're kind of sitting up pretty high, so I think I'd like to have them a little bit lower down so it's easier to pull in, because I can definitely feel that I think the angle is just not right. They're just too high up. I just falls in front of me. That's crazy. Do you see that? He just pulled right in front of me, and then he kind of gives his sorry signal later. I'm not going to get too upset about it. I got better things in life to worry about. Getting mad at these drivers. Just got to kind of take control of your emotions, and as much as you try to do as much as you can to stay safe. So it's a beautiful Saturday here in San Francisco. Everyone's kind of just enjoying the beautiful weather. Quite easy to maneuver around the city, actually, this bike, because of the weight of it and the size of it. I think I definitely do want to adjust the lever